Congratulations! You've selected one of the most technologically advanced pet fencing systems available. Perimeter Technologies has designed exclusive features into your new system that will give you and your dog years of outdoor enjoyment. Please take your time training your dog and complete each step of the process to enjoy optimal performance from your system. If you have questions along the way, expert advice is only a call away. 1-866-900-2007. The goal of this training video is to help you teach your dog to identify and respect her new fence. To make the training fair, so your dog will understand the consequences of leaving. And to make the training fun, so your dog will enjoy staying and playing on your property. Completely trusting your dog with his perimeter fence will take place over the course of about 3 weeks. The training is a small part of the 3 weeks. The rest of the time is just close supervision. Time should be set aside to work with your dog for 10 to 15 minutes, 2 times per day. Both you and your dog will appreciate short, fun lessons to make the training more effective. There are 6 phases to the training lessons. Lesson 1. Back away from the fence. 6 sessions. Lesson 2. Respect the fence. 1 session. Lesson 3. Adding interesting distractions. 8 sessions. Lesson 4. Off-lead with supervision. 1 week. Lesson 5. Off-lead unsupervised. 2 weeks. Lesson 6. Flag removal. Every other day until gone. Use a calendar such as this so you can keep track of the training process. Your dog's behavior will tell you when it is time to proceed to the next level. A training session would include putting the perimeter training collar on your dog, making sure that the collar has the proper fit, high on the dog's neck, and the collar is making contact with the skin. Start every session playing with a favorite toy and plenty of praise. Make sure your dog is comfortable and having fun. Do boundary work at locations around the entire boundary of your yard. Always end sessions with your dog successfully avoiding the fence and with more play and praise. Bring your dog indoors and remove the training collar. If you are training more than one dog, train each dog in separate training sessions. Lesson 1. Back away from the fence. Start the first phase of training with the collar contacts covered with the supplied post covers that are included with your perimeter fence. This is to ensure that your dog can hear the warning tone at the boundary, but there is no chance of correction. The plastic contact covers will be removed in Phase 2 of the training. Put the electronic training collar on your dog and make sure the wall mount transmitter is turned on. The first lesson is to introduce your dog to the boundary and to help her understand to back away from the fence when the warning tone is heard. With your dog on a lead, casually walk to the boundary. When the dog reaches the signal field and hears the warning beep, immediately spin around and briskly jog back into the yard. The dog will feel the tug and run after you. Praise enthusiastically. On days 2 and 3, repeat the same lesson in different parts of the yard. As the training sessions of the next 3 days progress, you'll see that your dog will start to anticipate the signal and retreat without your prompting. Day 3 is successful if your dog retreats without your prompting and refuses to approach the boundary as you approach. For each successful attempt, be sure to praise, praise, and praise again. Lesson number 2. Respect the fence. Although your dog is learning fast and avoiding the boundary, he will forget or attempt to break the rules with an interesting distraction beyond your yard. To prevent this, your dog must experience what happens if the fence boundaries are not respected. For the next lesson, you will need to remove the plastic contact covers from the training collar contacts. With your dog still on a lead, walk to the boundary with your dog. Your dog will most likely forget earlier lessons and attempt to leave the safe area. The moment your dog reacts to the fence correction, immediately retreat to the safe part of the yard and lavish your dog with praise. Continue this lesson at a number of different areas around the boundary. Should your dog not appear to have felt the collar correction, check to ensure the collar is making contact with the skin. It may be necessary to use one of the longer metal contacts provided for dogs with a dense coat. Lesson 3. Distractions. If your dog is avoiding the boundary, you are ready to add more tempting distractions. Remember, never pull or coax your dog into the boundary area. This lesson teaches your dog that he must resist all temptations to leave the yard. You can't assume that if your dog won't chase a ball out of the yard, he won't chase a bicycle or a favorite neighbor. Your training has been successful at this point if your dog has resisted the urge to cross the boundary on lead with any distraction you can dream up. Lesson 4. Off lead with supervision. After several sessions of distractions, your dog should be ready for off-lead play. You must stay in the yard for off-lead training. The more your dog stays on the property for the first month, the less chance of your dog ever attempting to leave the area. Continue to supervise and play with your dog outside for a period of 1 week. Should your dog bolt off of the property for any reason during this phase, retrace your last training steps with distractions with your dog on a leash. Lesson 5. Off-lead unsupervised. When your dog resists all manner of distractions, both on and off the lead, he can be left unattended in the yard. Keep a close eye on your dog for 2 weeks from inside the house. This freedom should be brief at first, and the amount of time increased gradually. Before and after each unsupervised session, you must continue the play and praise routine to continue to reinforce that the yard is a happy, fun, and safe place to be. Lesson 6. Removing the flags. After 2 weeks of successful containment, you can begin removing the flags. Start by removing every other flag every other day until all of the flags are gone. The leads, trainers, flags, and the electronic training collar are all clues for your dog to learn the boundaries. They are all removed gradually, except the electronic training collar. It's essential that you observe whether your off-lead, unsupervised dog still avoids and retreats from the unmarked boundary. If your dog's response is anything but immediate, retrace your steps through the training process. Thank you for choosing Perimeter Pet Fencing Systems.